Welcome to the Extra Yard. I am Michael Christian. I am your host for this evening. Joining me to my right is Roy A. Shepherd, and below us is Juan Cardona. If you're wondering why I all of a sudden turned into a fat 23-year-old white man, I don't know either. It's just how everything goes. Boys, how are we
White
feeling?
passing.
How's everyone doing?
White passing, not white conscientism. White passing.
That's true. White passing. I'm so sorry. How's everyone doing? We got a PSG hat, so we know someone's gonna lose. Rose got the Heat stuff. So what's up? How are we feeling, boys?
I'm feeling lit, bro. Yeah, bro.
I'm feeling good.
I'm gonna take Royals. I'm the boy feeling good, bro. The boy feeling good.
Yes, indeed.
Listen,
I had a good day, bro. I breeded a little, a little horsey here, and turned out to be a
whoa! Wait! Hold up.
Off the top, bro.
Right.
To start.
Conscientism is a white passing male. Don't clump me in with John Gruden, okay?
Here.
My father is an Asian man who just also so happens to be black. My mother is a white woman. I do not clump me in when I say white passing. I'm white passing. Don't clump me in with John Gruden. He's a different breed. But Juan,
I can verify this information. I've seen Kai's dad.
Everyone, it's on the internet, bro. You can go on Twitter, bro. Juan, I want to give you center stage because even though I still disagree that you shouldn't be able to get to gloat for 1-4 because of the reason why they are 1-4. A prediction is a prediction. It doesn't matter what happens. The Miami Dolphins are 1-4. Juan, center stage. I'm gonna give you 60 seconds.
Honestly, I just need 5, bro. There's no gloating. We're here, and I'm gonna just help you guide you guys throughout the rest of your lives. You're just gonna have to tune in every day. You're gonna have to hit that like button, and you gotta come in. You gotta come here. You have to come here for what it is, dog. I got you. That's it.
Yeah, all right. So the Dolphins are 1-4. Obviously, the situation in which they've gone to 1-4 still, I believe, is not, the greatest, but whatever. It's happened. They're 1-4. Just talking strictly about the game that we just played against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it wasn't a good game all around, except for I think we can all agree the offense looked a little bit more stable than it has in recent weeks. Can I think we all agree on that? Or Juan, is your negativity a little too much?
No, I think they they still don't. They're still not targeting Gesicki, so that's still an issue. Waddled. He did not look good on Sunday.
I worked there. Okay, I didn't purchase this. I worked there.
Yeah. O-line looked. It couldn't have looked worse. So I just want to say it like that. It could not have looked worse. I'm not sold on it.
They weren't bad. Like, they weren't great, but they weren't bad.
No, at all. It's just they ran the ball 7 times. So, put that, as
which Tony Romo loved.
Context, that's not.
He loved that. He said, pass on first and second down. That's what you got to do.
He says that from a point of view of a quarterback, but as somebody who, at this point, I'll say later on my prediction for, a little bit later on. Okay. But I think if that's the recipe, you're gonna get to a murder. There has to be a little balance. You have to feed Miles. I understand you gave him 10 balls, in passing, but you still gotta feed your weapons, dog. And what irks me the most is Preston off of practice, off of the literally just not playing, and they have a plan for him to start the game. You're telling me you can't do that for Mike Gesicki? Truly, somebody who's
telling me you can't do that for Jalen Waddle?
It's almost like hair pulling, how frustrating it is sometimes with these OCs, and it's the lot of them. It's all of them. Oh, what's up, Michael? How you feeling?
Let's fucking burn this shit to the ground, y'all.
Oh, let's get it.
Right?
Let's get it.
Right?
I'm being nice about it.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I got some juicy takes, but I know where you guys are at. Please continue.
So we're talking about the offense right now, and I was saying how, well, Kai tried to like slant the question if it's looked better, and I said it couldn't look worse, and I just went into
I
like
said it's
details
looked
about
decent. Okay.
He did say that. He did say that.
Okay, I apologize for being late. I was recording Feel the Heat. I got back this morning at 9 a.m. from Portland,
okay.
so
Alana better be in the chat then and supporting us if she stole you away from us for the first 5 minutes of the show.
Fat chance.
For
lol,
5 minutes.
she's definitely not. Royal, we did talk about you, and I tried. I was nice.
No, I got a bone to pick with you, Michael Christian, because you and
nice.
Alana
Stop.
jumped me on Twitter. Y'all jumped me on Twitter.
Okay, hold on. That was a little bit. I threw a little bit of spice in there, and then I backed away. But I was like, "Ooh, let's make this spicy and let's get out of here." Right? I was trying to have fun with it. But no. Here's the question I did want to ask you guys about this past week's game, because everybody's losing their minds, right? The Dolphins lost by a very large margin. They look bad doing it.
I said 21. They lost by what? 20?
Yeah, I think I said 20 plus 2.
Yeah.
Genuine question: did you learn anything from this game that you didn't already know about this team in its current state? And I'll start with you, Ro.
Yeah, I did. I learned that this defense is not the top 5 defense that I built it up to be in the beginning of the year. Juan has kind of been hammering that point home, and it was evident as shit against the Buccaneers. I was not impressed at all. The two guys, they made the point on 3 yards per carry. The two guys that you are paying to be dominant at their position, which is X and Byron Jones, they got chewed the fuck up by Antonio Brown.
Hooked.
And that's like they
everybody.
and it's like they took and it is like they were taking turns on them, bro. Like they were passing them hoes around. So it's like to me, like if the defense,
like a football team, right?
Is gonna, right, that's what I'm saying. Like a cheerleader at a football team. If the defense is going to look like that, then there's no way in hell that this team has any chance of even making it to the 9-8 that y'all talking about, because they need at least one side of the ball to be dominant, and the offense ain't gonna get there. And that defense, which gave them the best chance, that shit ain't getting there either.
So, okay, and this is where, and I'm going to do this with each of you, right? Because I want everybody to answer the question. And I'm not coming at you specifically. I'm going to do this to everybody else. My thing was, what did you learn in this game? Like, what did this game open your eyes to? To me, I feel like it didn't take, no, I'm not. I'm saying it didn't take, for me, it didn't take this game to see that this was not a top 5 defense, right? To see that this defense was not.
I'll say that. I knew it wasn't. Everybody else was like, no, it was one run. No, it was one pass.
Right, no, but I'm saying like we've seen seeds of issues for a while now. This game was like
100%.
Yeah, let me just clarify that for a second, because my point was the reason that they were always playing bad was because they were always on the field. This game, the offense actually gave them something. Like the offense actually gave them something, gave them time to rest.
They really did.
They still were getting cooked. They still were getting cooked. So it's just that to me is what
that's fair. No, it's fair. Juan, did you learn anything from this game that you didn't feel like you already knew about this team? Because in my opinion, like affirming something that you already believe. No, I'm being serious. Affirming something.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. I'm talking to him.
You know he's gonna say whatever he wants. That's why he's on the show.
No, what the
no, because I've what
he predicted this, guys. Like.
Nah, time out.
He still shouldn't get credit for it. Listen,
that's
it happened, but he still should not get credit for it.
You don't give me credit for Jacoby.
I'm going to give you credit, but I'm going to give you credit.
O-line, defense, rush, turnovers, all that stuff. I said.
All that stuff. So then, did you learn anything this past Sunday?
I'll say that I learned, if I'm going to be positive, because I'm going to try to be positive a little bit. I'll say that I learned that Liam has a chance at left tackle.
Okay, I think I got that week 1. He played really well week 1, other than Solomon Kinley stepping on him.
True.
And a hold.
True.
Like
you know what?
I don't think he was like great. I just think he was not a car wreck at left tackle.
Yeah, he wasn't a turnstile like Austin Jackson has been.
Yeah,
he was he was something where you can look at it and you can say, if he can keep it up and can continue to develop, he can be a solid left tackle. He can be you put him there, you don't got to worry about it. Unlike Austin Jackson, where it was like he would see someone run behind me on my screen, and then I'm like 3-second delay, and I would be like, oh, something just ran behind me over to the other side of my room. That's what like Austin Jackson was doing. So, you know.
If you want to burn him at the stake, Javier, I'm with you. Right?
You
can
should
tell me
too.
where.
There's a long line. There's a long line.
You tell me where we're starting this fire. I'm there, bro.
Line, guys. I
Because
promise you.
He doesn't deserve it.
You're not even top 10 in the line right now.
I'm calling the fire department, Juan. We're gonna get you up out of there.
Listen, I'm standing. I'm standing with 2 torches because Alfredo asked me to save his spot, and I'm handing him the other torch. Okay.
Mike got the gasoline around that shit.
Yeah.
The fire.
Hell yeah. Kai, did you learn anything this past Sunday about the team that you didn't already feel like you knew?
That I knew, or just a general, like I want to take a different spin on this. Like me specifically, or can I take like a
you can be the Alana of our show.
The fuck?
Well, Alana is a very nice and cool person, so I'm not gonna take
She
that
also
as
never answers a
disrespectful.
question directly. So
Can confirm.
You know, Michael, you're being fuck. I don't know what
Being a
I don't know what
truther. That's what he is.
you're being a sign of
You're
something.
Tony
that
the
I don't
truther
know.
tonight.
yeah, I'm totally being
No, okay, so something that
sign.
something I learned that I didn't know before, and maybe I think people are gonna say that I already knew this or that we already knew this, but specifically, and this is why like I put out something like, oh, trade for Marlon Mack, and everyone's like, oh, but we already have Myles Gaskin. I think we learned that the Dolphins don't trust their run game at all. Like they don't trust running the football. Like I think we thought, because they kept trying to go with Malcolm Brown and this and that, and they were trying. I think we learned with what we'll talk about a little bit later, I think with offensive play calling, that they don't trust a single one of their backs to legitimately get them yards. I don't think it's just strictly off of the offensive line. I think the offensive line obviously plays a part in it, but I think we can look at like the Colts, who had an offensive line that was just kind of, you know, whoever they could try to get, and they were running all over Baltimore's front. They still lost, but they were at least getting efficient running yardage, like actual getting, you know, some yards. So I think that we learned that the Dolphins, they don't trust their running game at all. And if they could go out there and get it back, not Le'Veon Bell, because Le'Veon Bell sucks, but if they could go out there and get it back, they would do it.
I learned one more thing, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Austin Jackson is also terrible at guard. He's terrible at both of those positions.
He's less terrible at guard than he is at tackle.
Definitely is less terrible at guard.
Yeah, but I will say what CK brought up a good point on 3 yards per
hell
carry.
yeah, bro! I've been simping over those thighs since the draft.
We're not gonna bring up that conversation, Michael. I feel like I
this is a great one as well.
I will say, listen, you guys, if we were definitely never gonna be 3 yards per carry, and I completely understand why. But if we were, and you guys could see our conversations that we have in our WhatsApp, it gets crazy. Like Juan and I get at each other, bro. I literally hate him at all times, and it comes through in the messages. And
yesterday's was very interesting too. I think Mike was also very tired.
Cranky. Yeah, I was cranky.
But yesterday was interesting. Yeah. It was.
Sorry, what were you gonna say, Juan?
This defense sucks. I don't know. That was the first thing on my mind. I don't know.
Because here's why I'm asking you guys if this game taught you anything. Number one, I think all of us before the season started had this game penciled.
Defense was on the field for 37 minutes.
Just as a what?
Penciled in as a loss.
Yeah,
before the season started.
100%.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
You didn't. Kai did. Kai had it penciled in as a loss until the Dolphins started losing all the games, and then he did.
So when you say all of us, you're not talking about me.
You weren't there. You weren't there when we did our.
I was. I did the preseason show with you and Juan when we did our schedule. We did our record predictions.
He's not lying.
And we also did it.
He's not lying.
You had the Bucks as a W.
Yeah, I had the Bucks as a W back in the preseason. See, the man Michael don't include me in the group, bro.
The thing is, for months he said that we're gonna win a game we're not supposed to, and yeah, he thought that was it.
Ridiculous. Because
I'll be straight up though. Even though I picked them, like I flip-flopped on myself on what I really thought, because I think, and I said it a couple times off air and I think on air as well, that I thought that the Dolphins were going to lose, but I had to pick them for that chance of like, if they do somehow do what the Dolphins usually do. It's odd to me that they broke this curse of like,
and then now they just suck.
Now, like they broke we beat teams, right? I mean, with Tua coming back, you never know, but the Bills are also running rampant on everybody, so that's probably still going to be a loss anyways. But like, this played out as a game that they could have won, and then they just said, okay, Antonio Brown, how about you get open real quick? Xavier Howard, I'm going to like tear 3 different ACLs in one place so that I can't run, and I'm gonna let you go and run 40 yards down the field. Mike Evans, you haven't done anything all game. Here's a 40-yard bomb for a touchdown. Like it was just like
I gotta
pick 'em. It was pick a bitch, literally.
I gotta add some context though, bro. Brian Flores left Byron Jones and Xavier Howard out to dry.
For sure.
He put them in man coverage
Yeah,
with a rookie-free safety.
You're supposed to be able to do that with those two, though,
with
bro.
a rookie-free safety and no pass rush. Absolutely no pass rush. I saw sometimes Tom Brady in the pocket. He literally stopped. He stopped and just thought about it, like, oh, what am I gonna have for breakfast tomorrow? And he's like, oh shit, all right, let me go. Yeah, here's a throw. Like there was literally no concerted plan. Like to me, you're gonna go out and play zone versus Mac Jones
behind the scenes.
Yeah, whatever.
Like sneezing hard. He's like,
you're gonna play zone against Mac Jones, but then you're gonna go man against Tom Brady. Like to me, like there's just I don't understand it.
And this is where Royal and I, because Royal already started saying it, where me and him are gonna agree completely. The hell are you paying them all this money for then? Because if you told me you were playing a team that only had 2 weapons,
that sneeze was violent,
right?
Well,
no, hold on.
Ahead,
if you're telling me you're playing a team that only has those 2 weapons, oh my gosh, we'd get so plastered.
We'd get fucked.
Right? You only have those 2. Then I understand giving them some help, right? But you can't do that against the Bucs. They have a bazillion weapons, and they're all better than any of our guys can do anything about in coverage. So what you wanted to give them help so that the middle was going to get torched even more than it already did?
No, but the Bucs don't run the ball, bro. They run the ball damn near less than us.
I'm sorry. Leonard Fournette looked like playoff Leonard Fournette. So what are we talking about?
Oh,
you mean
no,
Lombardi Lenny?
I'm talking about snaps.
He hasn't looked bad all year, though, Mike.
No, they don't. They just run when they need to. They run during goal line.
But the
they run
Dolphins
when they're
haven't
killing
looked
the
good
clock.
against anybody run defense.
No, but I'm saying that Lombardi Lenny has not looked bad.
So I mean,
I was there with you, and then y'all started being like, "Oh, you Dolphins fans are never happy."
We aren't.
Yeah,
look, this is the reason why I was asking if you guys
is misery.
That's what the hell else do I know?
I completely understand being on this show and watching this damn team every time. Like misery.
Exactly.
I love it.
It's pretty good.
But this is why I brought up if you learned anything, right? Because if you break it down to the different sections, right? You break it down to the different portions of football, right? The pass game for the Miami Dolphins, inconsistent, prone to mistakes by either drops, holding penalties, stupid sacks, or stupid throwaways that turn into by a lot of different receivers. Waddles had a good amount of them.
There was only drops by one person on Sunday.
I'm talking about the season as a whole.
And there was 2 of them. And just 2 of them.
You want to talk about just Sunday? Or you want?
You know who was dropping a lot? Jakeem Grant. They love him over there in Chicago.
Yeah,
they love him over there in Chicago.
Did he take a punt return back from 5 yards deep? Did that really happen? I thought I saw that on Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah.
What a guy!
The passing offense, I didn't learn anything about against the Buccaneers.
No, wait. We did. Wait.
What did we learn?
Wait. We are we gonna get into Godsey soon then? Because I guess that, or do we want to wait?
No, because I'm breaking this down in terms of what did you learn about the passing offense?
Okay. No. It's related to Godsey. So
we're still on the game.
Yeah.
We learned that it can be productive.
Yes.
But we've known this.
No, we hadn't.
Yes, we had. Stop. No.
We hadn't seen it with Jacoby.
Hold on. First drive against. Yes, at the end of the game against the freaking.
No, but I think
they decided we have no other choice but to let the ball fly. It works because that is what this team is made for.
Who got that? Who called? I don't want to say it.
What?
That drive. We're gonna talk about that drive later.
We are going to talk about the drive later, but okay. Am I wrong? Whenever this team has no other choice but to pass the ball, and just pass the ball, it works. The offense works. That's happened all season. That happened with Tua. That happened with Jacoby.
We gotta move on. We spent 20 minutes on this topic. We gotta.
Yeah, it was a shitty game anyway.
We've been all over the place on this topic, though.
All I'm saying is I didn't learn shit new about this team. It was just This is exactly what
It was the
would
same
look
old,
like.
same old. Like it
This
was
is exactly what I
4
thought would
weeks
happen if you
and
played the
fifth is
people that just
confirmation.
won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Even with a fucking busted thumb for Tom, he's still like, I'll throw a few more touchdowns just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
It's
it was
bad.
pick a bitch. It was pick a bitch on defense.
Who was the bitch though? I want to know though.
Everybody.
Okay.
No, because
Xavier Howard,
I mean,
Byron Jones,
they took turns.
Nick Needham.
It was
Javon
pick up every
Holland.
drive. Yeah,
Bro, Nick
Brandon
Needham,
Jones.
Nick Needham falling to just
Jerome
get up
Baker.
to watch Antonio Brown zoom right by him and do nothing about it.
But you know what though? I learned from games like this because then I go back and I'm like, yo, I sat there in training camp and I thought we had like the best secondary in like football, and we probably do. We probably have one of the best. But when you go against the GOAT with one of the probably, I mean, I don't want to say all time, but that top 3 wide receivers is big.
Remember this one for later.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about that.
We do.
I had some triggered people for that one.
No, we do got to talk about that. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
So never mind. Should we? And in the order, and I know
I'm
you might get mad at this. Should we go by the order that we have in the chat right now, or should we maybe? Never mind. That order makes sense. I was gonna say because I don't know how much.
I'll just go by the other.
I don't know how much time we're gonna spend on this next thing. I feel like we're gonna spend a considerable.
I don't think we're gonna spend that much time on it because I mean I'll get my take when it comes. But let's talk about trainers that are desperate for clout. I mean, there's no other way to put it, right? Tua's trainer, who has trained a plethora of oft-injured NFL players, decided that he wanted to tweet out. Listen, I am cranky as hell. I ain't got no qualms with nobody. All right. He decided to tweet out and start going after.
That was the first one.
Everybody, right? So this is the first one. Ross is pissed. Team is bad, but if Tua wins next week against the Jags, it's for sure the defense and Flores coaching. The kid deserves better. He got the shit end of the stick, and above all, has succeeded. Maybe not your idiotic opinion, but the numbers don't lie. This is
what was the second one? Unless he
trainer.
deleted something.
He did delete it.
I have
He
it.
did
Though.
delete it.
You want me to? I'm gonna send it to you. Though.
It was something like somebody
Oh,
said
I
something
see.
along the lines of Flores.
It was in the
Was
comments.
it the one that he responded to Clump?
Yeah. No,
Okay,
no. That was there's a couple different ones.
Oh, here we go. Frustrated. No. It was one where he said something basically about Flores is impossible to deal with, right? Like if you think it's tough as a fan or as a media member, imagine being a player.
On him.
Imagine being a player in that building. Essentially insinuating what Juan is saying, which is that the team has quit on him, which we have seen time and time again. Do any of you care for the words of perform spelled with a 4? Oh Lord. Does anyone care? Legitimately.
I think he's gonna be fired.
It's not that I care, Mike. You know what it is, dog? It's like layers, and it's like you add ripples and you add waves to it, and it's like, why the fuck will Tua go back to train with this dude?
Yeah,
he wouldn't.
And mind you, it's his choice. There is nobody to say that the Dolphins have to go and say, Tua, you can't go train with that guy. That's childish. They may want to, they may try to, but ultimately Tua can say, hold my dick, and I'm gonna go train who the fuck I want. But if he does that, you're starting down a path that does not look good, you know, and you start to create animosity between coach and player. And I know some of the guys at 3YPC talked about it, how the IR was basically kind of to also avert that pressure from Tua having to fight with coaches to try to come back early, and it's just more drama where it doesn't need to be here, you know.
Sure, Royal.
So of course I don't think that there is like I don't think that it has any real implications on what the Dolphins decide to do and how they go about their business. But I mean, nobody here believes that there's any validity to any of this, what he's talking about. They even mentioned it on 3 yards per carry. Like Brian Flores has rubbed several people the wrong way, including the media, which is why he does not have a friend to begin with out here. And so it's kind of like Tua's going there. The IR thing catches him by surprise. You don't think that he might have, vent once or twice to some trainers that he worked with?
You know what? Even if it wasn't him, though, because Fuller has gone out there, Scarlett has gone out there, all the receivers have gone out there. Even if it was just them talking between themselves, dog, like You can't say that shit, bro. You can't.
I mean, as far as
especially if you're a trainer,
he's losing business. He's losing business. Like that's
100%.
100%. He's losing business.
You're throwing paper out the window.
But that doesn't mean what he's saying is any less credible. I mean, look at the product that they're putting out there on the field. This team, in some ways, does look like it's quit on Flores. Like
but it doesn't. But it doesn't take him coming out and saying it, because all of these are things that can easily be assumed. Number one, the conflicting reports about Tua and his rib injury wouldn't surprise me at all if Tua wasn't happy with the way they handled it. Tua being benched for Ryan Fitzpatrick multiple times last year. Not a good way to start. If Tua came out and said, I don't know why they did that, it makes me look bad, I want them to be behind me better, right? He has reasons to complain about the team, and the team has reasons to complain about him. This is normal. This is the way it goes. This trainer coming in and bringing it to light helps nobody, and it's just stupid.
But the trainer bringing it to light, the trainer coming out and saying it is we're doing exactly what he probably wants. We're talking about it. Like, it's a talking point, and essentially it's a distraction around the team. Now, I kind of want to address the perfect Q comment. He says, if Flores rubbed the media the wrong way, I don't have a problem with that. Nobody should have a problem with the coach and the way he conducts himself with the media. The problem is that when you get to this point in the season, they made this 103 yards per carry. He doesn't have a friend in the world right now to kind of help quell some of this noise that's going on around his program. Like,
it's blood in the water, and you trying to have the Sharks not come in and eat. Mm-hmm. You had them starving for 6 months, and now you think they're going to sit here and be nice about it?
Well, because
they're going to flame his ass.
And we've talked about this before. You can be a stubborn coach all you want, and when you're winning, it's absolutely fine. You start losing, people start questioning your methods, and you don't have answers for why you're doing things the way you're doing them. And you keep losing, it's going to keep coming up, right? Sure. So look, another thing, the whole secrecy about all the injuries and everything, it's stupid. It's all stupid.
We're asking for nuclear codes if Tua is going to play this week.
Right. Like, he's always
he's
trying to play
this week. He just got activated off of IR.
Right, but why won't he say it? So he could have some sort of tactical advantage against Urban Meyer.
If we're gonna practice, then bro, let me tell you something.
From Bill Belichick. A lot of these coaches that come from Bill Belichick try and do things Bill Belichick's way. And if you don't win like Belichick, then you cannot be Belichick.
And when Belichick starts losing, which is beginning, all that stuff that he's earned is going to start flying out the window.
It's not. He's built up 20 years. He's built up 20 years of equity.
I disagree.
He can say whatever he wants.
He'll drop a bag of rings that he won as a head coach, and you shut the fuck up. Like Brian Flores.
But you want to know something? I'm not right. He has a much longer leash than Brian Flores. I'm not doubting that at all. But his leash gets shorter every time Brady gets closer and closer to winning multiple Super Bowls without him after the fact. Not like, let's see what he was like in his prime. Like, every time Tom Brady
Bill Belichick
it diminishes Bill Belichick's value, and you know it does.
Bill Belichick, as someone, wait. Sorry to cut off. As someone who grew up a Giants fan and knows the history of Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick is the greatest coach that has ever coached an NFL game. It does not matter if it doesn't matter if it's Brady. He had Lawrence Taylor and guys in that Giants locker room look at him like, who is this little dude who's never played football? What the fuck does he know? Turning around and being like, this is the greatest football mind I've ever seen. He is the greatest coach ever. It's not up for debate. We can talk. Wait. We can talk about the Brady. We could talk about the Brady stuff and how him leaving does whatever, but like, every great coach still needs to have a great quarterback. It doesn't matter. Like, his legacy, everything that's happening is not going to get diminished because he has a losing season or not. Just like Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, they're going to have a losing season, and it'll be the first time it's ever happened, and no one's going to say shit about Mike Tomlin. It doesn't matter. Like, just because right now the Patriots are struggling doesn't mean anything. Bill Belichick is the greatest. He has all the leeway that could ever be possible to have. Like,
and I think the Tom Brady argument is kind of like Yeah, sure. He won a Super Bowl.
Tom Brady went to another great coach.
He went to another great coach, and he went to another already built team, like full of everything that he needed. Like that factors into some people's minds when they think about this conversation. Not automatically because Tom Brady won a Super Bowl. Oh, he was the reason, not Bill Belichick. Like people will not forget what Bill Belichick did for 20 years in New England and 2 years, even last year when he had a bunch of shit as a roster. Like he won games. He's going to win games, bro. And I don't think the leash is
the only thing I will say
shrinking.
Is that Don Shula was the greatest coach of all time up until he retired. Correct?
He also coached for the Dolphins.
There were some coaches that you could give the debate on if they were better.
When Don Shula was peaking and he was in his shit, Don Shula was the best coach of all time. Don Shula was Bill Belichick before Bill Belichick in terms of being that top guy.
Where does Jared Jack shit come from? Oh, I know where it came from. Fucking why is it catching on?
Eventually, it catches up to you. The game starts moving forward. It doesn't work out so well. I'm not saying he's not the greatest coach of all time because I do believe he is. But if he doesn't win, the leash gets shorter and shorter. And eventually they'll look for the next thing.
I don't think so.
I can't defend you. I think you're crazy.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Kraft ain't going.
I don't think you're crazy. I don't think you're crazy because I understand like the concept of what you're saying. I think the person, Bill Belichick himself, he's the exception to the rule in that case. Like any other coach, then I'm with you 1,000%. But Bill Belichick to me is the exception to that rule because of everything that he's done.
If you think that no coach, even the current coaches that are coaching right now, cheat, you are lost beyond belief. Every
I will say that Shula story that came out. I don't know if you guys saw it. That Larry Sonka was saying it. Something about they left a playbook in the guest locker room, and Larry Sonka found it, and it was the Raiders playbook, and he went and gave it to a coach, and I was like, "Here, in case we want to use this." And then literally, Don Shula, they lost the game, and Sonka comes back, and he's like, "What the hell? I thought we had the playbook," and Shula was like, "Nope, I threw it away. I'm not using the playbook to figure anything out." So not every coach cheats. Don Shula, man of honor. I'm standing with that guy. Greater than Belichick.
Where are we in 2021 when we're talking about Don Shula? And
it's the only thing we've got. Juan.
Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time.
This is brutal.
You really saying that on a Dolphins show? You guys are the worst.
This is brutal.
Okay.
We didn't even talk about perform.
Like,
yeah, we did. We had a whole thing on perform.
He lost clients. He's an idiot. Yeah. He's doubling down.
He doesn't matter. Juan, explain this one to me. Greer versus Flores. What?
Yeah, like I know I thought this was going to be your I thought it was going to be your section here, Mike.
Oh, no. Okay. I wouldn't say it's one versus the other thing.
No, I know it's not
right.
One versus the other. I thought we were going to take one.
Here's what I'm going to ask you guys. If you had to say right now who's doing worse at their job, Greer or Flores, I think we all agree it's Greer, right?
I've started to,
we can look at this. We can look at this crazy graphic that we have here, and we can see what we're doing.
No. But
you know what?
One of the two is worse at their job. Which
I may need to make one of those graphs for assistance under Brian Flores pretty soon. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, remember that Kai just started working a full-time job, so give Kai
No. I said I'm gonna make one. It's not gonna come out as pretty, but it's gonna look like an
don't make one. I can't let you. With all respect, I can't let you disrespect us like that. Okay, we need to look professional.
I got you.
I'll make
check
it.
Me out. Like, if what we're hearing about Brian Flores and the play calling thing, I got it from 3 yards per carry. So like, if what we're hearing about Brian Flores and taking over play calling duties at certain spots in the game is true, then that to me is kind of tilting this because last week, if you would ask me,
I just want to be accurate. He took over a drive on the offense.
Right, he took over a drive, and then they were saying that he was happiest last year against Arizona touchdown. Because I don't know what happened.
Huh?
But
no, I'm saying touchdown. He called one drive and it was a touchdown.
Who?
Yeah,
Brian
he
Flores?
caught one drive and it was a touchdown. And last year they say he was happiest because he had a bunch of assistants out and he had to call the whole game versus Arizona. But if that is true, where he's like taking the play calling power away from his coordinators to prove a point to them or something,
it was the first touchdown versus the Colts. So it was like middle of like ending of third quarter, almost fourth quarter. So he said,
yeah, go ahead.
You know, he said basically, I'm gonna take over. Y'all ain't doing shit with it. Here you go. I scored. Y'all can take it over. So they just fed to his ego with their incompetence.
If he's doing shit like that, then to me that adds more weight. Last week, I would have said Greer for sure. But if he's doing shit like that to his assistant coaches, then it only plays into undermining their authority and shit like that. Like it's just. If you got all the control, then you got to take all the blame, brother.
Can I just say that I love? Can I just say that I love that I was on this 3 weeks ago and y'all all called me crazy?
Yes, we did, Michael. Listen, bro, we'll give you your flowers, bro. You were on it. You were on it. So fuck you for bringing it up. Nobody cares that you were right.
I care that I was right.
Listen, you can't. Wait. You can't sit here. No, he can't bring up 1 and 4. We gave him. Listen, we gave him 20 seconds. He knows that his 1 and 4 is not legitimate, and you can't bring up the shit you're talking about now.
I had my 20 seconds.
Well, Michael's shit is legitimate.
By the way, this is how we're supposed to be because
here's all
we have the one corner, and then we have
y'all
the
got
Michael
your
and Juan corner,
simping alliance, and then Juan and I can't agree on shit.
Exactly, that's what we.
Here's the theory that I wanted to share with you guys. So when we look for quarterbacks, we look for elite traits, right?
Nah.
What? What you doing?
No, hell no. What the fuck? No, we looked for elite traits in Ryan Tannehill. With Tua, it was intangibles. Don't tell me on fucking on a big arm and 6'4" and 250. I'm
sorry. What do you?
He chuckled and said, "Nah." He sat there and just.
I'm sorry. What are you telling me? Because what am I about to say? You know what I'm about to say? Tell me what I'm about to say.
I don't know what you're about to say.
Are you gonna say that? Are you gonna say that Tua doesn't have elite accuracy? Is that what you're about to say?
That is a tool. That is one tool.
Time out.
One tool.
Can I make my?
That's 2 tools.
Can I make my thing? Can you finish the premise?
God damn, guys. I'm talking about freaking Flores here, and you're getting all mad about Tua because you hate on Tua more than anybody else, you racist. Listen,
critical.
Just because he's not a 6'5" white quarterback, Juan,
just make the point, Michael.
When you're looking for a quarterback, you start deciding they're not showing elite traits. This isn't the quarterback for us, right? With the people that we've had, that's the way you'd like it to be. They didn't do right with Tannehill, but that's what you want to do. We're giving Tua the rest of the season and apparently nothing more, according to a lot of people. If he doesn't show elite traits, he's out the door. That's what we're saying. Why aren't we looking for elite coaches?
How? Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Why do we hold the player to one standard and the coach to the other? And then we say, well, he didn't have the players to succeed. He didn't have this. He didn't have this. I want everybody held to the same bar.
This is why I keep this dude.
We should have let Michael talk. We should have let Michael talk. He get his point out from the beginning. I like that.
Damn.
I like that, Michael.
But that's what I'm saying, right? Because it's like Tua we're out on after not even a full 16 games, right? If he doesn't wow us between now and the end of the season, that's what it is. We've made terrible decisions in coaching every single time. You should be looking for the next elite coach. You can't just sit there and wait. These are traits. You see them or you don't.
I have an answer for you. It's because elite coaches get to choose where they go. And sometimes you can't always identify who's going to be elite as a coach. Like, I don't think people knew Sean McVay was going to be elite until he was elite. I don't think people like coaching is not something that, and players don't get to choose where they go. You draft elite players, coaches, but elite coaches, they get their pick.
But no.
They time out. They're not choosing the damn Dolphins.
Right. But an elite coach that is out there, I understand isn't coming here. But our job is to find the elite coach the same way it is to find the elite quarterback.
Yeah, and you've missed on both.
Right. Consistently over the years. And that's what I'm saying. Right. Because we
maybe y'all have a blind spot for coaches.
And we're like, oh, well, Flores is going to be fine. Like when people are saying, look, I'm not fully out the door on Flores just yet. But I'm going to hold him to the same standard that we're holding Tua, to the same standard that I'm holding Greer. It is one unit. Y'all fail together. Y'all out the door together.
I like what you're saying, Michael Christian. I find it difficult to agree because in so many times we've seen circumstances where like one switch, whether it be a quarterback or a potential coach or something like that, one switch can take a team from middling to over the top. So like the Tampa Bay example. Hold on, let me finish. The Tampa Bay example.
Because I'm gonna hit you with your own.
You take Jameis Winston and you replace him with Tom Brady, you win a Super Bowl. Bruce Arians, same coach, same organization. And sometimes you never know which one that may be, bro. It could be the player, it could be the coach.
Right, but I'm gonna hit you with one. You can't just say, "Oh, since we found one that's elite and he's kind of uplifting the other, let's chill, we're fine." And I'm gonna hit you with one that's gonna hit home for you. Let's look at the Green Bay Packers.
Let's do that.
You have had a subpar front office and coaching staff for almost the entirety of Aaron Rodgers' career.
For almost the entirety of Brett Favre's career too.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is so good that he still was able to win one Super Bowl with Mike McCarthy, who is an awful head coach.
Isn't that
right?
Yeah.
But Aaron Rodgers, who a lot of people have said may be better than Tom Brady if he was in the right situation. People have said that before.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Because of the ineptitude of everyone else.
But what if Bill Belichick decided that he would leave the Patriots and go to Green Bay? Then the narrative is different. The coach got to choose where he's going. Like, I want to be paired up with an elite quarterback.
But you don't hire a coach who's already elite. You don't call a head coach from another team improvement. What I'm saying is you got to find it the same way you do the QB in the draft.
Royal, are you saying that there's nothing to entice a top coach to come down here? Is that what you're saying?
To Miami?
Yeah.
There is this because I believe there's plenty of talent on the defensive side of the ball. What I'm saying is that I believe that's a blind spot for Miami. Miami hasn't done a good enough job in finding elite quarterbacks or elite coaches to be able to mold young quarterbacks or something like that. You thought you may have had that in Flores and Tua, but you are realizing, okay, maybe one or both of these pieces may not be the answer.
See,
but I'm just go ahead.
See, because my thing with what you're asking, Mike, is
I'd take him.
No shot.
Oh hell yeah.
No shot.
The enemy? No. I probably wouldn't. I probably would.
Somebody said a great QB can make your coach look smart. A great coach can make a dumbass QB look good too.
Yeah, look at Mac Jones.
And why? And then here's my claim. Why do you
see what
settle
Sean Payton's
at one?
over there doing with Jameis Winston? You see what Sean Payton's doing with Jameis Winston?
So then why settle at one? That's what I'm saying.
Because this is like a decade and almost more long thing where Russ has progressively throughout the years fucked up, and every fuck up he tries to do less and less and less, right? And with this rebuild, this regime, he's been completely hands off. Like, he'll tell them here and there, like, I want this guy, but I don't want to say he trusted the wrong people, but the combination of Greer and Flores is getting harder and harder to defend.
The patience that Stephen Ross shows is too much. It's too much.
That's a great comment. I think that's a great comment by Alfredo, because Miami has gotten elite coaches. I don't want to make it seem like they've never got, because they did get Jimmy, they did get Saban, they got Parcells.
Yeah, but we never got the elite coaches. But we never got the elite coaches at the elite time. Right, we never got the elite coaches at the elite time.
Well, Parcells was an executive though, and that was like the same time, or like
that would have been
like after Saban. So like we're talking like
Jimmy was an unfortunate thing because he came in at the tail end of Dan, and it was a whole.
I'm not going to talk about anything before 1999. I'm
right,
sorry,
but so then
I thought it was before 2000.
Well, Marino retired 1999, so I mean.
And then Nick Saban was Drew Brees versus Dante Culpepper. The doctors screwed him. He screwed himself. It is what it is. What I'm saying is, you have to start looking at one is more important than the other. And in my opinion, I realistically believe the Dolphins have a better chance at finding the next great head coach than finding the quarterback that rises above it all. Because the quarterbacks that rise above it all and win Super Bowls regardless of their coach are so few.
See,
and that's why I think your point should be flipped. Like, the quarterback is harder to find than a coach.
That's what I'm saying. I'm prioritizing more reset coach than reset quarterback.
The thing is, I think right now the last person who's going to get touched is is flow. Like if we're gonna rank them, in my opinion, it's Greer, Tua, and depending on if Greer goes after a certain quarterback, that might flip flop. But Greer, Tua, Flores, like that's my order in terms of like who Ross would blame in the doomsday scenario, right? Where we finish.
Alex.
Well, yeah,
I do Dolphins fans not realize that they were the ones that were screaming, banging the table that everyone should be fired if we don't draft Justin Herbert or if we don't draft Tua?
There was a small contingent of people that were banging the table for
Herbert. Do they not realize that? And I'm not saying anything against Justin Herbert right now. I'm not trying to diminish him at all. I think CK put it beautifully how we shouldn't be denying the health or sorry, the what Justin Herbert is. But are they not realizing that his weapons and what they have in the Chargers is built perfectly for someone? He's the best
quarterback from that class.
I'm not saying. Don't tell me to fucking stop. Don't try to wait. No, because I already said. No, don't fucking do this because
let me do
I'm
this.
The one
sit over here now.
I'm the one on Dolphins Twitter out of the four of us that was saying draft Justin Herbert over Tua Tagovailoa. So don't fucking stop me, Juan. Okay.
No, but you're putting butts to talent.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I started that by saying that we should not deny his talent. That's literally the first thing I said.
And then the next thing was butt.
Is that not the first thing I said? English 101? Is that not the first thing I said?
And then the next thing was butt.
Okay, cool. So I'm just saying that we need to stop. Like, we need to stop with this bullshit of like Herbert this, Herbert that. Stop saying this fucking Herbert. We miss Herbert this. Stop saying we miss this shit bullshit. All this stuff is fucking horrible. Like, it's not like enough of the Herbert shit.
It sucks.
I think the reason why
passed on Herbert. That's the ultimate issue.
Yeah, but all of us would have.
For sure. But end game scenario, point blank period, 5th overall pick, Tua, 6th overall pick, Herbert. It sucks to say it. For the rest of the time, if you redraft,
where's Herbert going? If you redraft, where's Herbert going?
I'm not doing that. All I'm saying is
answer the fucking question. What do we mean?
Because it's the same thing as 2012, bro. The same thing was 2012 with Tannehill was being compared to RG3 and Luck, and it's the same exact thing. It's going to be the top 3 are always going to be compared with you like it, I like it, he likes it, she likes it, they like it.
And I'm not saying, I'm not saying anything.
Especially because they were back-to-back picks, bro. So when you sit here and you say that it's irrelevant and it doesn't matter and it's childish, it's not, dog. It's an argument and a conversation that needs to be had because until the person who made that decision is no longer here, it's a problem that somebody made that decision. It's 100% an issue.
We should not be. It's this. Okay. So if we're like, would you take right now? Would you say that the Chargers in general were happy with what Philip Rivers did for them in his tenure as a quarterback over what Eli Manning was able to do with the New York Giants? Straight up question.
I think they'd be probably more disappointed with the Breeze decision than the Eli decision.
Look, you see, now you're being Alana Tower, as they're trying to say. If you want to go and answer the question, do you think that the Chargers are happy with what Philip Rivers brought them his entire career for what Eli Manning did in clutch moments for his career with the New York Giants?
Yeah.
0 Super Bowls to 2.
Yeah.
So then are you saying that the Chargers, for even still drafting a Hall of Fame quarterback, because he's going to go to the Hall of Fame.
Who?
Philip Rivers. He'll end up in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So they both will. They're both going to be Hall of Famers. It doesn't matter whether we like it or not.
I hate that.
Do you think so? We should be saying that the Chargers should be upset that they drafted a Hall of Fame quarterback, that they should be pissed because they drafted a Hall of Fame quarterback. They drafted a Hall of Fame quarterback. One quarterback was able to win 2 Super Bowls. The other one wasn't. They drafted a Hall of Fame quarterback, someone who played a game, I believe, on like a torn ACL in a playoff game. Are you saying that they should be pissed off then because they drafted a Hall of Fame quarterback?
No, absolutely not. I just
want to in the future. Wait. In the future. Let's say that Tua does work out for the Dolphins and Herbert does work out for the
wins a Super Bowl.
Let's say I'm just saying in general. You think the Chargers are going to win a Super Bowl? You're insane. The Chargers aren't going to win a Super Bowl.
So then,
let me ask my question. That's not what I'm saying. Let me ask the question.
This scenario with
let me ask the question.
Somebody was a Super Bowl winner. Somebody was a Hall of Famer. Which one is it, Kai?
So then, okay. So then, if let's say
scenario?
that Herbert goes and win. What the fuck? What are you doing, Mike? Mike, you're stupid. Stop trying to produce. Let's say that Herbert goes on and wins the Super Bowl. Let's put them both. Let's say Herbert's Manning, Tua's Rivers. Tua goes on to be a Hall of Famer. Herbert goes on to be a Hall of Famer, but Herbert's the one that wins the Super Bowl and Tua doesn't. Should the Dolphins be continuing to kick themselves down because they drafted a Hall of Famer, but the Hall of Famer didn't get it?
Absolutely not.
Son, why the fuck do you care about Justin Herbert?
Because Tua is
saying in this
today
situation, why do you care?
Week 1 when he started. He is no closer than Herbert, really, bro. Like, it's not close. It's not. And I don't care that it's been 9 games or 11 games, bro. We gave Herbert 2-9. We crucified him. We said he was the worst quarterback. I'm talking about the media. I'm talking about the media. I'm talking about Dolphin Twitter, really. We crucified him, said that he's the worst quarterback. He's all stats. All he does is bring people back, but he can't win. He's 2-9. My dog, he's 8-1 since. It's not close, bro. He's putting up stats and winning, and it is a conversation. It is a topic that needs to be had. 5th overall pick, 6th overall pick, same position.
So if you were in that position, then in this draft, 2020 draft, you have this guy who's been touted as the greatest college quarterback we've seen in years, the most touted quarterback that we've had since Andrew Luck.
You're not gonna like my answer,
and you're not gonna like. You would have that day. You were gonna draft Herbert. That you're gonna tell me right now. You're gonna tell me October 12th, 2021. That day
or Waddle because of injuries.
I'm not drafting
care
about Waddle. I'm asking you that day you were gonna draft Justin Herbert.
Overall players injured. I'm not doing it. It's not happening.
So in 2020, you were banging the table.
No, I wasn't banging
for Justin Herbert.
Anybody. I'm just saying I would not have gone after Tua if he was injured. I would have gone after a different position. I would have done something different.
For what? What are you going to ride out another year with Ryan Fitzpatrick and just not draft a quarterback?
Did we basically not just do that in 2020 anyway?
You're not, but in 2020 you still got.
Did we just basically have below to average quarterback play in 2020? So who the fuck cares if it came from Tua and Fitz if we got another position and we got a Tristan Wirth at 5th overall?
So you would have rather had
who would have cared?
So then in that scenario, what quarterback are you drafting this year without let's say that goes a different way. What quarterback are you drafting this year?
Do I have 3rd overall? Do I have 6th, or do I have
Obviously, if you don't have a quarterback, you're staying at 3rd.
I mean, if you're still building this team, you might as well have taken Mac.
We're going back. I can't do this at this. He's saying he's going to take Mac Jones.
I
can't do that.
Can I just say that the whole thing that I would have liked us to do, and then we did.
There's more validity to this that I can say as someone who still thinks that like Lamar is up and down. Like that can be a real argument because we had our owner banging the table to draft Lamar Jackson per reports, right?
That would have been worse.
That's more of a thing. The fact that we're going to sit here like Alf for all the truth in the world, enough of the bullshit. There is not a single Dolphins fan, like even that day. I can go right now and search up at Houts or at Ian whatever, and find a video of every Dolphins fan screaming, jumping up and down, happy as all can be because they didn't draft Justin Herbert. They wanted nothing in the world but to draft Tua Tagovailoa. All they wanted was Justin Herbert. Now, all of a sudden, because Justin Herbert is going and balling out, they want to throw Tua under the bus off of, as Roy has said before, not even a full length of 17-game season, because that's what we're under now, and sitting there being like, yep, you know what? Herbert's going to be the greatest thing no matter what. Tua's never going to succeed, this and this. We're riding this train of negativity on Tua that's become ridiculous. We're sitting there with this obsession over Justin Herbert, and the reason why there's this obsession over Justin Herbert and so many people are being mad and so many people are doing this is strictly off the fact that they hated him so much that now they don't like the fact that he, at this current point in time, is better than who the Dolphins picked. That's the only reason. Because they hated. I swear to God, everyone put your Twitters in the down below. People who are in this chat. I will scroll through Twitter if you haven't deleted them. And I'll find tweet after tweet that said if they drafted Justin Herbert, that everyone should be fired. I'm no longer a season ticket holder. I'm burning my jerseys. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. It's ridiculous to bring this conversation up right now. Just truth be told. Michael, you can speak.
I'm not sure I want to
speak, Michael.
I'm not.
He gave you permission to speak.
Okay. I'm not sure I want to now. The one thing I was trying to get us to do is F the conversation. That doesn't help anything because if we'd like to play the missed game, good Lord, the list is too fucking long.
But
and it goes back way too far. Like, look, it is what it is. The Dolphins took Tua. The Chargers then got Herbert. If we're going to talk about it, there are 5 teams in the NFL that missed on Herbert. 5. The Bengals, the Giants, who else drafted in front of us?
Only 3 picked quarterbacks, though.
Okay, but you're telling me all of those teams would have turned down Justin Herbert knowing what he is?
All I'm saying is all 5 that I know is 3 teams pick quarterbacks.
But so you're only blaming the 3 teams that pick quarterbacks.
What the fuck am I gonna pick? Am I gonna pick somebody who picked a running back?
You're gonna pick a tackle over Justin Herbert.
Oh, would you have picked up, a different tackle for over Tua?
My guy, Daniel Jones versus Justin Herbert. Who you taking?
Oh, for sure, Herbert.
So then there's a 4th team.
What I mean,
what I'm saying?
But they're not. They don't know.
I'm just saying everybody missed. I don't understand.
Okay, no, but okay, fair. But they went with Chase Young.
Every single team that picked ahead of us would have taken Justin Herbert knowing what he is. Every single team. To say that they wouldn't is asinine. He's great. Give him that. I thought he was going to be bad.
Really quick. This comment, the Chargers GM went on the Pat McAfee show day after drafting Justin Herbert and said that if the Dolphins picked Herbert, they were picking Tua. They didn't have a preference on quarterback. They were 50-50. So they didn't even know what was going to be it. So let's not even try to start this bullshit about this. The
Dolphins just were the ones who took the foot in their
here's
mouth.
what it is. They fucked
up. So then what? The
If you tell me right now I could have either of those 2 quarterbacks, I'm not a dumbass. I'm taking Herbert every day. But guess what? Herbert's a Charger for now, and most likely until he retires.
For his life.
Barring something wild happening. Right, barring something wild happening. So guess what? We fucked up. We move on. We try to make the best of what we can now. Give the quarterback we have now until the end of the season to see what we got. Give our coach until the end of the season to see what he's got. Give the GM till the end of the season to see what he's got. They don't reach the heights that we're wanting to. We're done. We can talk about it more Thursday. But F it, I want to talk about it now because I'm feeling like a spicy meatball. Okay? And this is what we're going to do. My bar is 9-3. They don't reach 9-3. Legitimately, they don't reach 9-3 these next 12 games.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So 9-3. Okay, 9-3 happens. Okay, no, sorry. 8-4 happens. Who's gone?
I've already told you exactly what my plan is. You want me to tell it to you again?
Who's gone?
Greer's out the door. The entire coaching staff is out the door.
So you're just going to reset?
Hold on. The decision on Tua Tagovailoa is made by the next regime to come in because that is their decision.
8-4.
We're just going to go back to plan 1 that we were at before.
Right, because we're in a great spot right now.
Yep.
That's my thing.
So the next 5, by the way, they're going to go 3-2.
No, Alfredo, stop it.
Well, if they get that dude,
stop it.
Then I think that's
you know what? Time out. Wait,
that's
quick
how
question,
Flo
though.
and Greer stays.
If any
3-2. Oh, I see why.
Hold on, time out. If any of this Deshaun stuff was in email form, would he have been kicked out of the league?
Isn't it already? It's in text.
Are we really about to?
John Gruden got flamed, fucking dumbass. All right, what are we doing with this? Why is this up?
Because it's a schedule, Michael.
I said 3-2.
Oh, sorry. Am I allowed to speak? Should I ask that before I talk?
No.
Why is this up?
What do you mean? He said we're talking about the games. We're talking about 9-3. Look at the fucking schedule and see what's coming up.
Yeah, to me, they need to go 9-3 for me to think these people have a chance because you have shot yourself in the foot. You've given yourself no room for error. Let's walk through it. You need to beat the Jags on Sunday, right?
That's a trap game right now.
You need to beat the
Falcons. They don't
Falcons.
want me to talk, bro. According to Michael Christian, I'm not even part of the show.
I like how I'm the only one that doesn't let you talk. Everybody else here was not letting you.
Roy Shepard is my homie.
You're the host. It's your job is
Go.
to
No.
dictate
Don't pull him
who
off,
to- I
Kai.
don't have
When he
nothing-
asks you,
I don't have
to pull
anything.
him off,
I don't
go
have
do it.
anything to
No, go.
contribute to
No, but
this
go.
conversation.
Go. 9-3. What do you think? Should they go 9-3?
Do I think the Dolphins should go 9-3?
No. What needs to happen for everybody to stay? And we can send Kumbaya at the end of the year.
Everybody's not staying. There is nothing that can happen. Everybody's not. They can go undefeated the rest of the season. Everybody's not staying here. I'm telling you, bro. It's not
told me they're
realistic.
going 13-4 this year.
Yeah, bro. That's not like a thing, bro. Like everybody can't stay. Like they have to. I think right now what the focus should be is figuring out what you have in Tua Tagovailoa. Like the coaching staff, the GM, Mike. You've kind of swayed me, bro. Just being honest with you, bro. At this point, like I feel like they both should get the fuck out of here. Like. See what you have in Tua Tagovailoa. Find him a coach that can help him be successful, or trade his ass for Deshaun Watson. I don't care what it is.
No,
but
don't
I
do
think
that
even
second
if Dave
thing.
would give us-
Don't.
All right, but all I'm saying is like,
I'm relying on Alfredo Arteaga for mental health.
Yeah, a lot of this is premature though. Bro. A lot of this is premature. We still don't know what Tua is. So the Tua Herbert conversation is, I mean, it's kind of strange to me, bro. Because am I loud?
You're
I
echoing
can't
through someone
myself.
else's.
Yeah, but the Tua Tagovailoa and Justin Herbert conversation is weird to me. They're two different situations, two different types of quarterbacks. They both can be successful in this league, and you have to see if Tua can be successful with what you have around him. And I think that's what the rest of this season is about. Like, we're not making the goddamn playoffs. Stop talking about that shit. Like, somebody's going to get fired because they're not where they should be at this point in the season. And so, like, just use the rest of the season, see what you have, evaluate at the end.
I do have a coach candidate. I think Coach Sugg would be. Really
They
good.
were ahead of schedule, but
right.
They
think Coach.
They were 2
I
years
think
ahead
Coach,
of schedule. Now they're 3 years
And
behind.
that bit them in the butt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did. I think
Going
listen,
7-1 versus under 500 teams.
he is telling the truth. Like this is what you've
sure.
turned into. This is what you've turned into. Like
Okay.
legitimately.
Okay.
No, I
let's-
think that's.
I love you. I love you guys. I love you guys.
No,
But this is what you've turned into.
because you're gonna
Nah.
be patience brigade.
No
because
bullshit.
we're patience brigade.
Nah,
because we
that's
got to be
terrible.
positive and all that stuff. You tell me.
No.
you legit- stop.
No.
No,
I'm
that's my question.
not patient. Okay. I'm not patient.
Then tell me what.
The only
Flores
reason
is
why
doing
I have a
right.
little bit of mental health correct with me is because I watched my Giants win 2 Super Bowls. That's the only reason why I'm a little bit okay in the head.
Well, they're not your
That's
Giants
it.
no more.
They still are my Giants. You want me? I have the Super Bowl ball right behind me from when they won the Super Bowl.
Listen,
Beat the Patriots, 18-1.
Vince,
So
no. All I'm talking about is Coach Sugg. You need to figure out Coach Sugg. He's good.
I don't know who that is.
Sugma. That's
Coach
exactly what
Sugg
he
on
said.
these nuts.
You're a fucking idiot, bro.
No, put him back. That was a good one.
I don't have any replacement coach.
I don't know about nobody else, bro, but I personally like Spicy Michael, bro.
I like the negative Michael. He's been fun.
I like Spicy Michael,
I just
bro. Like,
look. I get it. You like it's overreactions, right? Which is why I'm saying
Yes.
I'm not
It's
gonna do it right
overreaction
now.
in week
Time
5.
out. No, time out.
I
It's
don't
an
know,
overreaction to fire him
Dude.
right now. It's an overreaction to fire him right now.
We're like 28% into the year, but we're overreacting. Like, come on,
But
bro.
chill,
Like,
chill.
how can we do it? Imagine that he start fucking
I can't
11
say-
and 12.
You know what?
And we're
Hey,
they look
don't-
perfectly fine.
Don't
They look
you
perfectly
bring
fine.
don't you bring
Dude,
that
the
sweet
Heat lose
franchise
one
into-
game.
Time out. Can
The
we
Heat
pull
lose
the
one
schedule
game
off
and
the
everyone
screen?
gets
Can we
mad.
pull the schedule off the
Wait,
screen?
are we gonna go over it or not? Like we were gonna go over the
In a
schedule and talk
second,
about
but
the games.
Y'all are pulling me. Listen, this is what's happening right now. Okay, we've got the freaking Tua party, and then we've got the anti-Tua party. Okay, and if I don't say anything overtly negative about the coaches, then Juan gets on my case and says, "What are we talking about?" If I don't say
Absolutely.
something overtly positive, then Kai gets on my case and says, "Why are we being so negative?" So y'all need to chill.
No, it's not the
There's a middle
overtly.
ground.
It's not the overtly positive. And I tweeted it out, which is why I had to correct myself. It's like
And Alfredo
not
has a
sitting
question.
here-
I'm sure it's gonna be spicy.
I'm not sitting here saying 24/7 like, oh, everything's great, this and this, like sunshine and rainbows. Like I try to put on that like the act as much as possible, but like, and I tweeted it out. If you follow me on Twitter, you would see my tweet at Samurai Radio, SAMURAIIRADIO.
That's just
You would
that's
see
just
that
as
I
fake
tweeted.
as- That's just
You
as
would
fake
see
as
that I-
Royals' love for Tyler.
You would see that I tweeted out that this franchise does piss me off. Like it does make me upset. There are things that I am pissed off about and just as much as you guys with certain things, but at the same time, like, what? Like, come on now.
Look,
yeah,
this
bro.
is
Did I tell you? Leave the Heat out of this, bro.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about the LeBron Wade and Chris Bosh to a Jacob. Come on, like no.
This is what I'm saying about Flores. Okay, Flores has made few decisions that, in my opinion, have been good decisions, and I've backed them all the way through. The amount of turnover in assistants, the amount of people that have left literally from year one
for same positions.
Weird. It's weird.
No promotions, sometimes even demotions.
We said this. I said this last year, and I know Juan was with me on this. I said if they get this next offensive coach wrong, then you got to start looking at it as not an offensive problem.
They ended up getting 2.5.
Yeah, as a freaking Flores problem, right? If you get one wrong, fine. They got 2 wrong and 1. 2 wrong and 1.
We don't know if they got them wrong. We don't know if they got them wrong though. Like Tua to me is an incomplete grade. Like, and Flores also
I'm saying the offensive coordinators.
They got them wrong, bro. We scored 79 points for the year. You know who has less than us? And it's only one team.
Is it the Jags?
It's the New York Jets with 67. Every other team has scored more points.
Granted, again, I will agree with what Alpha saying that a lot of this was Jacoby, right? I'm saying this dead ass. I could score more points in an NFL game than Jacoby Brissett.
I could do it with a left hand.
Okay. My guy doesn't throw anything. Right? He just sits in the pocket and hopes for something to come out. So that's what I'm saying.
That's why I view it as an incomplete grade on Flores and Tua, bro. Like there's been a handicap for most of this season.
That's why I can't count it as an incomplete grade for Flores, because Flores is one thing that everybody was yelling at us about was the defense.
Yeah, but he has one hand tied behind his back, Mike. Like he doesn't have a starting quarterback.
He tied it himself with the OCs, with the decisions on the O line.
But even with the new OCs, they have not had a chance to see what their offense looks like.
Right, but hold on.
All of its parts.
The Raiders
especially
game,
the biggest part, which is
I will give you the Raiders game. I'm putting little to no blame on the defense in that one. Right?
What game?
The defense, the Raiders game. Right? They got you points. They got you 7. The defense scores a touchdown. You should be doing something more to help them. Come on, you know this is true.
Yeah, when they let Peyton Barber have a career day for sure. Yeah.
Okay, but then the offense goes and gives the other team 2 points. Like, look, you got to stop acting one-sided about it.
Multiple things can be true. The Dolphins have their holes. They have problems in areas that we thought they would be strong at, and they have a handicap with not having their starting quarterback for most of the season. Somebody said game 1, 17 points for Tua. That is also game 1 of the NFL season. Teams progress. They get better. They get more comfortable with new systems. He's playing with 2 fucking offensive coordinators. Like, there is a lot of things. Sure, 3 and 4 if you include Brian Flores. There are a lot of things.
5 when they start giving me the Madden playbook and I just start running gun bunch tight end.
All right, Romeo, so I agree with everything you're saying. What's changed right now? Him coming back 1-4.
What's changed? The fact that Tua is back, and maybe you can form some level of consistency with a halfway decent quarterback. If Tua is halfway decent, he's better than Jacoby ever was as a starter. And that gives them a leg up in some of these games. Like maybe they pull out the Oakland game. Maybe the Colts game isn't as much of a shit show with Tua. But those are things that you don't have time to argue. These next games against the Jags and the Jets.
With the tight end and then
with the tight end coming across the indeed. Always man killer. But anyway,
here's my thing on this team.
Can y'all go run the Dolphins offense for me, please? Like y'all know, like I
do better.
That right there lets me know y'all would feed Mike Gesicki. Y'all would.
First thing I would do is I would go spend all of my muck coins on Jerry Rice and I'd bring him to life and put him on this Dolphins team. All right, with the route runner.
Jerry Rice. Yeah, you gotta have him powered up and with abilities, Michael. Yeah. We gotta have. No, but
here's the thing, right? I understand. I'm giving Flores more time. But I'm tired of sitting here and being okay with what is, in my opinion, mediocrity. Because last season they were 10-6. Cool. You laid a giant egg. Uh-oh. We're in trouble.
You.
You coming here to yell at us, Alfredo?
Nah, I had questions.
Oh, I thought you were gonna type them.
This is so much better.
Yeah, this is better. I like to ask him in person, right?
You know what it is though? I think he also uses this as preparation, right? Because then Simon comes in all spicy on the next podcast, and he's like, "I've already been through some light versions of this on the extra yard."
But Kai a Giants fan, I'm a Green Bay fan, and now we got a Cowboys fan here. Bro.
Well, I'm the only.
I'll make it count. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. You ready?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Here's the thing. I'm the only actual Dolphins fan on the show, right? Because Juan loves to watch the Dolphins lose. We've established this.
I think Juan, this is the persona. Juan getting on here loving the Dolphins losing is the persona.
Oh.
I think Juan is more hurt than all of us about the Dolphins. He is so scored by this team, bro.
That's what it is. It's not that I'm hurt anymore. It's that it's been such a deep cut.
But you want to know how I know it's true about Juan though? Because in week 2, when we do a pregame show before the Bills game, and my man below starts saying, "Man, if they beat this Bills team, you gotta start talking about stuff." Juan was real big talk. That's crazy. I'm the only one on the whole show that said the Dolphins were gonna lose, and everyone's like, "Oh, you crazy, blah 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 blah." And then
we just kicked your ass, Kai. Did you see that game on Sunday? 44-20, dog.
Kadarius motherfucking Tony.
I like how
Amari fucking Cooper, CD fucking Lamb, Michael fucking Gallup on IR.
Najee Can I say Najee?
Listen, bro. Kadarius Tony. I can't wait to win my bet.
The GOAT QB, Dak Prescott. Trevon Xavier Howard Diggs.
Yo, he's balling, bro.
That's the Sanders out there, boy.
Isn't Trevon giving up the most yards?
He has. You know what's funny? Trevon Diggs is like intercepting every single pass on earth. Like he's gonna destroy Xavier Howard's 10 interceptions.
Oh, 17 games done.
But Trevon Diggs might set an NFL record for yards given up in a season, which is weird, right?
I mean,
how do you do that?
Listen, 5 Reasons Sports Network is getting real serious. We've got Mike McCarthy and Jarrett Jack on the same show. We're taking off.
No, but I want to get to Alf's questions. Alf, what were the questions that you had for us, bro?
Yeah, here are the questions. Look, there's a lot of problems on this Dolphin team that, to be honest with you, Tua being out has exposed, all right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's say Tua never gets hurt. It's kind of certain they lose that Buffalo game.
Who's got their speaker on? Timeout. Who's got their speaker on?
Who do you think, bro?
Juan.
I don't know.
I don't have a speaker on.
What? There's double coming through.
What? I turned everything off. So
no, it's not you up there. It's raw. Go ahead, keep going. It was.
So I'm pretty sure that they lose to the Bills. Like there's no hope there, right? Maybe they lose a little closer. Maybe they get a couple of touchdowns on the board. But that Raider game, do they win that Raider game?
Yes.
I say yeah.
Okay, because I think that the defense, because everybody looks at the 31 points and then the big plays and the Peyton Barber and all that.
No. Wait, hold on, Alfredo. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to cut you off this time. But I know Juan did not just say yes. I know you did not just say yes.
Yeah. Time out. My 1-4 was only beating the Raiders. Let's just be clear.
You said
my 1-4 was only beating the Raiders.
Shut up. When we did the show last week, Tuesday, and we said if Tua's here, they have a different record, you said no. Kai, were you there? Kai, were you there?
I agree with Michael Christian.
Royal, were you there? You're muted, though. Like, you got to help me out here. You're muted. You're killing me, dog. No.
I also agree with Michael Christian.
You said we would not have won any games if it was Tua instead of Jacoby. We brought up the Raiders game. You said, nah, we still don't win that. And now Alfredo says,
no, I said the Colts game. I said the Colts game. I didn't say the Raiders game.
They win the Colts game
too? You definitely said the Raiders game as well.
I don't remember that. I for sure said the Colts.
Of course not, but it's on video.
Because you kept saying Peyton Barber.
Yep.
All right. Talk about the right game.
Yeah.
Let's let Alfredo finish his line of questions. I like where this is going. Go ahead, Alfredo.
All right. That Raider game, I thought the defense played really well. First of all, they faced the number one offense and they faced 80 snaps of the number one offense. They give up 31 points, right? But they really didn't give up 31 points because the offense gave 2, so that's 29. 6 points in overtime, that's 23. and then they had their own pick 6. Okay, so that's a net of 16 points they give up to the number 1 offense in the NFL. That's a good performance. I'm pretty sure they win that game with Tua, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that math made my head hurt though.
So that puts them at 2-1 there. Then they face the Colts. Do they beat the Colts with Tua?
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
Without a doubt. And then they get smoked by Tampa Bay, right? So
yeah.
that means what we're talking about, if Tua plays these games, they're 3-2, right? So what the fuck are we talking about then?
Here's what we're talking about, though. Here's what I'm talking about, though. And I'm gonna bring up Jay Mills said this, and it's a good point. Expecting Tua to not get hurt is foolish, and you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared for it, and their preparation was Jacoby Brissett and a defense that can't stop a Pee-wee football team.
Yeah, but maybe they were prepared for Tua to get hurt in week 7, 8, and not week 2.
But Tua's injuries aren't by choice.
They're not by choice, but I'm just saying, like, maybe you're not.
Can you blame the dude for?
You
blame the guy for getting cracked ribs for his own offensive lineman wanting him to get killed?
No,
listen.
To blame Jesse Davis ass though.
That's what I'm saying. Jesse Davis.
So then, who put Jesse Davis on the field?
But Jesse Davis also played the next 3 games, though. So I mean,
and who put
he's
Jesse
been
Davis?
Fucking terrible in all of them.
And who put Jesse Davis to start at right tackle?
Brian Flores.
Jesus
the
Christ.
Dolphins and every coach before them. Like,
and
they
that's
just
a
keep putting
mistake.
his ass out
So then what I'm saying is he's being stubborn. He's making these repeated mistakes. He's not putting the only chance they have of winning, which is Tua, in the best position to succeed. And you want me to sit here and say it's totally fine. We knew at some point he was going to miss games. To say he was going to play 17 games every season is crazy. Whoa.
Royal.
That is not me, bro. That sounds like a fax machine, and the only person old enough to have one is Alfred Brown.
I haven't had a fax machine like in 30 years.
I just think I have very few decisions that I can look back on that Flores has made that I think are good decisions.
See, my thing with that line of thinking is like, okay, well, Tua broke versus Buffalo. All right, well, you're telling me he wouldn't have broken against the Raiders or against the Colts or against you, like, eventually this was going to happen. It just so happened to be the 4th play or 5th play against Buffalo. Why are we acting like that's not a concern? Eventually we got to start thinking, well, were we even going to get 16 games with Tua, let alone now 17?
Yeah, but we're thinking, oh, eventually this is going to happen. It didn't happen last year. Like last year he missed the Jets game, and it was by choice. He was throwing before the game, but Flores last year had this idea in his head, this obsession that, whatever, was wrong with Tua, he was going to bench him no matter what, because he was going to baby him all year. And then he didn't play him against the Jets, but Tua wanted to play. Tua wanted to play against the Colts this year.
But
we
then
talked about it on the podcast.
But then isn't that more
indictments
on Flores?
And then they IR'd him to shut him up.
Yep.
But isn't that more indictments on Flores than the whole?
Look, I don't have any information on this. I don't have any information on this, but I think Flores was arrogant enough that he wanted the IR Tua to shut him up, and then he thought he was going to go win 2 games with Jacoby Brissett. I think that's what he thought, and it blew up in his face.
And that's all I'm saying. I don't think, and I said this earlier. To me, you search for a coach till you find the elite coach. I don't think Flores is that. I don't think Flores is going to pick the right offensive coordinator to put Tua in the best spot. I think the defense is already starting to crumble.
I got a question. Did you think that last year? Did you think Flores could have been an elite coach last year, Michael?
When the defense was playing the way it was, yeah.
Okay.
Look, now you're being Alana Tahauer. Answer the question.
Right. So you went from no. It doesn't matter.
I did.
But you got from you did.
No shots at Alana Tahauer, by the way.
You got from there. That was definitely a shot. You got from there to here in 5 games where you want him fired.
Because I'm looking back on that and I'm realizing how much of it was X's interceptions.
Turnovers dried up. Rush defense.
When those went away, nothing happened. And then look, it's the personnel decisions. I'm not going to sit here and say the personnel decisions are 100% on Greer. Because if Flores isn't in that room making decisions with him.
You're talking about like the players here already?
Yeah, the players that they've selected over the years, like
I would argue
made the personnel moves.
Sometimes I would say that Flores doesn't move quick enough to make an adjustment, like in game, to where
Right, but like we never even saw Bernardrick McKinney play a single down in a Dolphins jersey in regular season.
Is he on the NFL team right now?
He's not, but you're telling me our linebackers are great? You telling me our linebackers are great?
That's a terrible argument when we're like 30th rushing. So it's like you're
I'm just saying, is he on the NFL team right now?
Nothing.
Is he on the NFL team right now? Is he on the NFL team right now?
The guys that we have
That's
here
ridiculous.
Are for the 30th
ridiculous.
Rankings.
Is he on? Is he on the NFL team right now?
Do you think John Brown is a good wide receiver?
Is he on the NFL team right now?
You're not gonna answer that.
Bernardrick McKinney. Is he on the NFL team right now?
You're being ridiculous, and you know it.
Yeah, okay.
You're not answering my question.
He's
I'm
not
being
ridiculous.
Answer my fucking question.
I told you he's not.
100% not. And we traded for him.
All right.
We traded cap space for that. Remember that?
Yeah, because we got rid of Shaq.
Yeah, and then they got rid of Shaq Lawson. So there's something wrong with Shaq Lawson.
We're sitting here with a run defense that can't stop a nosebleed, and you're telling me that a guy who's a free agent on the streets can't help.
Yeah, but you know who has the who's on pace right now for historically the worst run defense in the history of the sport?
Who?
Probably a team that's going to play in the AFC Championship game, the Chargers. They allow 5.6 yards per carry.
Oh, because they're horribly coached.
And and the Dolphin defense allows 4.4. It's a full yard and a half.
How does Brandon
That's
Staley
a terrible
have
name for a podcast? 5.6 yards per carry. Just doesn't ring off the top.
How does Brandon Staley have a more punchable face than Adam Gase though? Like somebody legitimately answer me that question because I saw his press conference.
Brandon Staley. Did you guys see that game against the Browns?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a microcosm of a bunch of things. Like Juan was saying that the turnovers dried up. They dried up the last 2 weeks. But this team was right back into character from last year. If you think about it, they had the big turnover against the Patriots. They had the pick six against the Raiders. You know, they had two turnovers in the first half against the Bills. It didn't help that they had three. You know, that's a problem.
But
it's so depressing.
Right back in schedule though for me is like a 2-part thing because they were getting turnovers, but it's also Flores playing scared and then not wanting to go 4th and 2 on the 39-yard line of a different team.
He's been schizophrenic. He's been schizophrenic this year.
Yeah.
Against the Bills, he wouldn't kick field goals. The rest of the year, that's all he wants to do, or punt.
Yeah, like
listen, Michael Fulmer,
he made a huge miscalculation. Look, they weren't going to beat. They weren't going to beat.
He hasn't looked good, dude.
They weren't going to beat the Bucs. Period. Okay. But you know the team doesn't know that. When the team's playing and they're down 7 points,
it's Armando Salguero, Alex. That's the locker room cancer.
Yeah,
one of them.
Absolutely, he's one of them.
Yeah, easily.
There's a few of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to try to
that would solve a lot of fucking problems.
I just
yeah.
Like
I'll tell you one thing, man. Dolphin media policy may suck, man, but like if they kicked all of us the fuck out of there, that would solve a lot of problems. And they just said, "Look, Alf, go fuck yourself." All right, 5 Reasons Sport, Miami Herald, Sun and Sun Sentinel. They released. Did you see that? Did you see that very short Las Vegas Raiders statement on John Gruden?
The worst statement.
If the Dolphins had released to all media, including YouTubers, Twitter people, all of you, YouTubers. Go fuck yourself. I think that would solve a lot of fucking problems, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
open season.
It's open season now. You can't lose around these fucking vultures, man.
But do you think it doesn't deserve to be open season?
Oh no, yeah, they deserve it. Like like you treat people like shit, and then you stumble. They're gonna go and they're gonna try to push you over, like kick that motherfucker over the cliff.
And they've done this thing now where they have to win every single one of those games that we've said they should win.
I was gonna ask you, Alfredo, what's the record for the rest of the year for everybody to keep their job?
Oh, to keep their jobs? They can't be. It can't be cataclysmic. Okay.
9-3 gets you 10-7.
I think 10-7. It's a reset to next year, and they're adding shit to be better. And to be honest with you, if they go 10-7, I'll applaud him. I'll sit here and I'll say, you know what?
Yeah,
Fuck
for sure.
Jacoby Brissett, because if it weren't for Jacoby Brissett, we would have 12 wins.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we'd be talking about winning something. You know what I mean?
But
10-7 gets me thinking. 9-8 gets me suspicious. Anything less than 9-8, fire some people.
Because the thing is, we're
people.
We're such close. Like 9-3 was what Tua would need to go the rest of the year to finish 10-7.
Speaking of,
there we go. I was saying
the topic we should have gotten to 20 minutes ago. That Michael wanted to
this
take
show
us
has
away
been going on
from.
for an hour and a half already.
But this was 20 minutes ago.
Don't come at me about this, bro.
What do you mean? You told me to take off the fucking screen. What do you mean? Don't come at you about this, huh?
No. I'm the only one that can be spicy right now. Okay, you need to chill.
So the Jaguars.
I can be spicy if I want to be spicy.
That's a win.
Can they win the Jaguars game?
Yeah.
Can they?
It's a little bit of a trap game, I would.
No. Here's the thing. Here's what the Dolphins really need to do. The Dolphins need to fly someone up to Ohio, go find that girl from the bar, tell her we got a free trip to London for you.
Like, I could go on Twitter and do this in 30 minutes.
No, but time out.
Like, let's
30 minutes. You can do it in 10.
No, I'm saying,
yeah,
you fly to Ohio, you pick her up in Stephen Ross's private jet, you fly her over to London, and then you have her sideline, right, and have her do like the coin toss and stuff.
Bro,
you're everything off.
You're crazy. You're going all out.
Oh, 100%.
So, like, what are the games that you're worried about are the games against the Buffalo Bills? Obviously,
that's a
loss. Juan Cardona.
No, time out. I'm not worried about the Bills game. I know that's a loss.
Okay, you know that's a loss. Okay, so the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, if the Buffalo Bills win, I think Louis D. Sung is going to go crazy. But so Buffalo Bills loss,
Buffalo
right?
Bills lost.
Yeah.
Well, let's get the affirmation from Alfredo.
Yeah, they'll lose to the Bills. They can't beat the fucking Bills.
They'll lose to the Bills in Buffalo. Okay, come on.
Right, and then you lose to Baltimore, right?
No. They're going to beat the Texans.
The Baltimore one, the Baltimore game is like that's their Waterloo.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they want to make the playoffs, that's the game they have to win, and they have a lot of help
because they're
Thursday night at home.
I think they're 4-5 right here, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Yeah, and that Baltimore, they win that Baltimore game. I think that pushes them over the edge toward 10 wins.
And that gives them, in my opinion, that gives them the confidence too, because it's a Ravens team that we have not gotten over in years.
Yeah, and the good thing about that Ravens team, although we talked about it on the podcast, man, and nothing ever seems to matter, right, with the Ravens and the Dolphins, but that Ravens team, man, dude,
they beat the fuck up. It's like
not only they beat the fuck up, but they look bad.
John Harbaugh always teaches me.
Lamar Jackson had to go Superman to beat the fucking
but let's be real, like Lamar's coming back home. Like Superman will be on his chest that night. Like,
yeah, last time he was here, look what he did. He won an MVP.
Either way, so count the Ravens game as a loss. That means that the Dolphins will have to go 6-1 the rest of the season in order to meet this 9-3 prediction.
Exactly.
You look at the rest of the schedule, and you can count the Jets games as wins, and you maybe want to count Carolina, but Carolina's going to be a tough goddamn game. New Orleans is going to be a
Carolina's fraud.
Game. Sure, I'm with you on that, but I'm saying that still might be tough for the Dolphins. The Dolphins aren't a good football team right now.
Tennessee and New Orleans. Tennessee and New Orleans are the rough games then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so 9-3.
But no.
Here's the thing, right?
Here's the thing. You want to keep your job. You want to prove to me that you're the person, right? That you guys are the guys. You need to win some of these games.
I'm eyeballing this. Look at that division that Tennessee's in. They could have that division way wrapped up by then.
No, for sure. For sure. Like there could be that could be
I don't think they rest people week 17 though.
They might rest Derrick Henry. If they have everything locked up, Derrick Henry. They rest Derrick Henry, Dolphins beat them. Period.
Mm-hmm. And listen, I'll talk directly to Alex on this one. You don't beat the Jets twice this year, I will fire you after the game. I will fire them all.
Man. Like, look, I am 100% in agreement with everything up until the Baltimore game. After that, to say with confidence that we're gonna go 6-1,
that's tough.
I'm not saying
I don't see it. I don't see it. We're gonna eat shit on one of either the Giants, the Panthers, or either one of the Jets game. That like 100%.
So then, we're not losing to the Panthers. your sexual love with the Panthers is weird.
I'm just gonna ignore you, Kai, because you're just a sensitive Sally tonight with everybody. So we're just gonna move forward.
Round 5.
You're just wrong.
Okay.
The Panthers aren't a good team. They're frauds.
For sure. Wearing an 0-4 Giants team. Love it.
And I'll wear it proudly.
Love it with passion. Go ahead, brother.
I'll wear it proudly.
Enjoy it.
They're still frauds.
For sure.
Like the team that you're wearing on your hat.
All right, but let's play it out. Let's play it out. Let's play it out. Just let's give them every loss we can. Look, I really do think they're gonna beat the Panthers. If you watch the Panthers play, man, Jesus Christ, they rely on Sam Darnold way too much.
C-Mac is out. Sure, we could win that.
C-Mac can be in. Sam Darnold has never played good against us. Relax.
How long is Saquon Barkley hurt for?
Like
it looks bad. Like 6 weeks maybe.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
They said 2 to 4.
Listen, really? It's Saquon Barkley. You could never be too sure, bro.
He was just playing well for my fantasy team too.
No, he plays well when he plays. The problem is he doesn't play.
You know who's not playing well? George Kittle. Might kill someone.
Man, Adam Barai. So after that, the Giants.
So look,
the Giants
with confidence after the Ravens game, you guys are giving 4 straight W's.
Yes.
Okay. Just
time out. But again,
I'm not as confident. Juan.
Time out. That confidence that I'm giving it is that shred of thought process that Flores is the guy. You lose those games. I'm sorry, you're out the door.
This is what
happens.
Winning
streaks. Yeah, winning streaks happen all the time. It happened last year. It happened in 2016. You know, and in 2016 they looked like shit. They were 1-4, and
we barely beat the Browns. I was at that Browns game in 2016 when we won because the Browns missed like 3 field goals.
Yeah, and then they won 6 in a row.
Yeah,
you know, so it happens all the time.
If Flores is the coach that deserves to stay, he beats the Jets twice. He beats the Giants. He beats the Panthers. You have a better roster than they do.
And I think that last game against the Patriots is a tank game. Loser gets 3rd place and a better schedule for next year. And I think the Dolphins are stupid enough to win that game.
Yeah.
I can't even argue with that.
The only good thing about winning that game is that then the Eagles have a worse pick.
We gave him a top 5 pick at this point. Like, fuck.
Again, but this is what it comes down to.
Well, what we're picking here, if we pick the worst case scenario, we're picking 8 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think we beat their pick. We get a better pick than San Francisco.
Because San Francisco right now, 7, 9.
San Francisco is without both their starting quarterbacks right now. That's what San Francisco is.
But aren't they at 11? I think they were like 9.
I like the way that you phrased that without both of their starting quarterbacks.
They are. They're without both their starting quarterbacks.
This is
for at least the next 3 or 4 weeks. So
Alfredo, they go.
One has a knee issue. Other has calf.
9 and 8.
And they still have to play Seattle at the end of the season, which means that they get them with Russell Wilson, and they still have to go through that whole gauntlet in the NFC West. So those are a pile of losses coming. I think. Look, I'm safe with that one. I feel good about that one. I think we got the better pick.
Right.
I think we're gonna get the better pick. Not by much, but we're gonna get the better pick.
But then the real question comes down to this. They go 9 and 8 or anything less than that. They finish the season 9 and 8 or anything less than that.
Mm-hmm.
Someone is gone. Someone has to
Chris Greer gets moved up to VP, which is essentially a guy that drinks coffee all day, and Marvin Allen becomes the GM.
Who gets more power, Flores or Marvin Allen?
Oh, I think Marvin Allen. Marvin Allen probably has a pretty strong contract. Dude, man, look, I talked about this. I wrote about this. Why the fuck would Marvin Allen get this job here? To be Chris Greer's deputy. Doesn't that smell to you like a promise was made somewhere?
But then what has he been doing with all the picks we have made?
Well, I see him all the time. All he does is up in the box shaking hands with scouts and talking to scouts all the time.
Right, but you're telling me he's sitting there, and if he's better than Chris Greer, he's
right now
thinking maybe we don't draft Noah Benogany.
Right now, he's the director of college scouting. He doesn't have an opinion. He gives you information. You know what I mean? And he does the logistics.
Right, okay, that sucks.
So he's essentially he gives you all the information, and everybody else makes a decision. People got to understand, man. Like just because a scout jumps up and down and says, "Look, I want this guy," you don't get that guy. And I talked about this earlier. Do you guys know who Lenny McGill is?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Pac-12 guy.
Yeah, he's the regional scout for the Dolphins. He's considered one of the better scouts in all of football. Okay, he's been in charge of the Pac-12 the last 3 years. Who came out of the Pac-12?
Mr. Justin Herbert.
Exactly. Who also came out?
Named.
Who
Didn't
also
Austin
came out of
Jackson
the
come out?
Pac-12? Austin Jackson.
Austin
He went to
Jackson.
USC. So did he sign off on Austin Jackson? Did he recommend Justin Herbert? We don't know, right?
Are you giving me somebody else to fire?
Well, we don't know, right?
Okay.
Is
So
that-
then this is what I'll say. Okay, they go 9-8. They make these changes. Greer's still there, but he's a VP, so he don't do nothing. Marvin Allen is GM. Flores is coach. You again missed the playoffs. You got to clean house.
Talking
Yeah,
about
You
22.
don't clean. You go back to that same cycle that you talked about before. If you don't miss the playoffs the year
But
that
that's-
they make that switch,
that's
then you
what I'm
fire
saying, like,
Flores.
Being in these cycles that are different, right? Where you like fire just the top and keep the coach, or fire just the
These
coach and keep the
half-ass
top.
cycles, just these half-ass.
yeah.
You don't,
Yeah, but
you
it's
don't
not
give
necessarily-
a
it's not
GM.
necessarily
You don't give a
half-assed.
GM 1 year and then fire him.
Yeah, it's not necessarily half-assed when you hire Marvin Allen. You're lucky enough to have Marvin Allen in-house, and then you're essentially telling him, "Look, it's your show." And if he wants to fire Flores at the end of the year, he fires Flores at the end of the year. You know, it's just one of those things.
I just
Yeah,
think
you
you
can't
get
give
stuck
him
in
1
that
year and then
cycle
fire
again.
him.
I just think you get stuck in that cycle again. And again,
I
will say this:
I will
what are you
somewhat agree
doing?
with
What are you
Michael.
doing? What are you
Yeah.
doing in the building, seeing all of these picks get made, and
'Cause who
sitting
picked-
there and being like,
Who picked
That's
Marvin
fine.
Allen to come here? Greer?
That's the thing. Who knows?
"What,
it-
Kai?"
Maybe Greer got him here,
Just says
but
stupid.
he was a hot commodity.
I said something stupid.
The guy
Let-
helped
let Alfredo
build.
talk.
The guy helped build the Kansas City Chiefs championship roster.
Right. So then, if he's
He
be-
owns a Super Bowl ring when he was general manager of the Kansas City Chiefs.
do you
'Cause
think
my-
is he in the
my,
draft room?
uh,
Is he in the draft room? The days of the draft, is Marvin Allen sitting there in the draft room with him?
He's director of college scouting, which means it's his board. He puts up a board, and then Chris Greer does whatever he wants with it.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what
what
I'm
it
saying. Because either he was part of the decision making that said yes, take Austin Jackson and Noah Benogany in these spots, or Chris Greer / Flores / both of them, whatever it is, overwrote him and said, no, we're not going to do what your board says. We're going to take these guys because we didn't think they're it. That's what, to me, it comes down to. Because if he's sitting there and he's the one putting up these numbers, I don't want him to be GM because he's the ones that put that together and made the picks.
Yeah, but if he puts up a board, you know, he's not responsible for making the picks. Like, he's director of college scouting. He's a grunt. Like, he's a guy that you ask him to do stuff for you. He's the deputy. He's not supposed to disagree with the general manager. He's supposed
Man, he's got
to,
a hell of a lot more to show than Greer. I don't know why he doesn't already have his job.
he's supposed to help Greer do his job. You know? And trust me when I tell you, man, I hear all this bullshit all the time. Ben Albright, he may be right about the Denver Broncos, but he's talking out of his fucking ass over this fucking that Brian Flores wanted Herbert bullshit, because that's just not true. It's not, and we've said it on our podcast, all three of us, and we have rock solid information that Brian Flores was not going to coach a quarterback he did not want. Period. End of story. Ball it up, throw it away, shove it up your ass, flush it down the toilet. I don't give a shit. He was not going to coach a quarterback he did not want. So Tua is his quarterback, period. That's who he wanted. So I keep seeing that out there. I don't know who puts that out there. Maybe it's somebody friendly to him that wants to, you know, make him look a little bit better.
It's Tannenbaum.
Who knows?
It's Mike Tannenbaum. He's like,
Who knows?
oh, they should have drafted Herbert. I got that one right, and ESPN still fired me because I
He'll
suck.
never
And that's the thing. That's the thing about Mike Tannenbaum is that was a guy that used to constantly override picks all the time. You know, he was one of those guys. He was one of those guys that used to be like, "Oh no."
I'll never
We
forget
gotta
the
do
Hard
this.
Box Darrell Revis clip with Mike Tannenbaum. That to me will always be him, where they're like on the phone.
Like,
doing
I heard that the
conversations.
biggest mess they ever had was the year that they drafted Devontae Parker, because I heard that year nobody agreed with anybody. You know, and supposedly
Not the year where they drafted Charles Harris.
I gotta bounce, guys.
I'm a Juan, but yeah, I believe so. The record-setting Charles Harris, by the way. You
Can't
know, he
believe
set a
he's
record,
doing
right?
well.
It's a new Detroit Lions record of consecutive games with a sack.
That's crazy.
I want that guy to make the Pro Bowl so bad. Fuck the Pro Bowl, Defensive Player of the Year, man. How awesome would that shit be, right?
That would just be so Dolphins.
Oh my God, would it be?
So,
You know?
all right, we'll have another show on Thursday. We'll talk about the Jaguars game and why the Dolphins need to win that game comfortably for anyone.
It's fucking Armageddon, people. On Sunday, I don't remember anything like this. This is like a Super Bowl.
It's a 9:30 game too, right?
Also, remember pregame will be at 8:00 in the morning on Sunday.
It's fucking Armageddon. Can you imagine that game? Jesus
I don't
Christ!
like any of you people enough to see you anytime earlier than like 11 a.m.
I love all of you, so you know.
I will be here with you no matter what time it is, Kachi and Chisholm.
Oh, I know you will, because you're a real one. It's okay.
Thank you. By the way, I brought up the Heat at 9 and 8. Do you guys remember that shit, man?
Yeah. Well, was that the Rome wasn't built in a day? Wasn't that the same?
Dude, you want to talk about freakouts, okay?
I was there. I freaked out.
This ain't shit compared to 9 and 8, man. I remember 9 and 8. I was at Shooters. I was having a steak, and I made the biggest mistake.
But again, that was different. I
want to sit down. I told the waiter, look, I want that table right there because there's a big TV right in front, right? So I was watching the game, and they were playing Dallas, and they were getting smoked by Dallas. And then I saw the bump gate at 9 and 8, and I was like, oh shit, it's on now.
Against Dallas.
And then the very next day, everybody's like, they gotta fire Spo. Pat Riley's a clown. He has to come down and coach this mess. Maybe they gotta trade Chris Bosh. This was 17 games in, man.
That's when Pat Riley put his nuts on times. I ain't coaching shit.
Man,
I you know what happened right after 9 and 8? You know what happened right after 9 and 8? 21 and 3.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, at 21 and 3 happened, and they should have never lost the first time.
I hope it gets better from 1 and 4, but that's a tough turnaround to make.
It will get better. The problem is that the damage has been done. It's too much damage. You know what I mean?
It is way too much damage, and the nuclear bomb that was perform training. Wow, what a devastating blow to the organization.
You guys talk about that shit?
Yeah, we did. He's an idiot. That's all that matters. All right, we'll be back Thursday at 9 p.m. for the usual showtime. Pre-game Sunday, I'm going to remind you now, and again on Thursday because it's different. Pre-game is going to be at 8 a.m. because the game is at 9:30. It's in London, so make sure you have some tea. Maybe it'll make the team better. I see this as an act of war, like people have been tweeting out, because if you're having an NFL game in London and these are the two teams you're sending, holy crap, that is embarrassing. What bad talent levels. All right, we'll be back then. Anybody else got any closing statements, or are we just going to wrap it up?
Go Cowboys. Super Bowl.